In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about my income report from KDP Books for November 2020. Have a look at the video. Hello home bosses, today I've got an income report for my KDP earnings in November 2020. And if this is your first time here, welcome to this channel, which is all about helping you to make money online. And if that sounds interesting to you, click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can receive more videos like this. So today I'm going to tell you all about my income from KDP Books for November 2020. And I'm really happy about it because it's gone up considerably from last month, and I just want to tell you how I did this and why I think that it's higher, and anything else that you want to ask me, just put your questions below in the comments. So I'll show you first of all what I earned in November 2020, and this is just from Amazon KDP. So these are mainly just paperback books. And the total income for November was $5,108.61. So quarter four has made a big difference in my income, I'm sure. But this year has been a very strange year because in October I didn't have the sales that I expected. And I think a lot of that was to do with the delivery times that Amazon had for books, especially in the USA. I think in some parts they were quoting things like about 10 days for delivery. And I don't know what it is like in your country, but here in the UK, people aren't really buying many things that take 10 days to deliver. People want things the next day or at least very quickly. And at the moment, delivery times in the UK are very good for books. I think it's about 2 or 3 days. So earnings have gone up, sales have gone up, and that's always good for us as KDP sellers. So this month has been really good for me. And this is not all pure profit, because in previous videos I've told you that I've never ran adverts. I've always had organic sales for my books. And this month in November, I tried some adverts, and please don't ask me any questions about ads because I'm really not an expert. It's the first time I've ever run ads, and I wanted to educate myself before I run ads because I couldn't understand how it all worked. I did run ads a few months ago, and I think I got frightened because it was just eating up the budget. And I had a bill for about $100 in a very short time, and I thought, I can't do this. I think ads are a waste of money, and it's just eating up my budget, and I'm spending a lot of money for no results. And that was because I didn't really know about ads, and I still don't know a lot about ads, but I kind of tried watching other YouTubers that talk about ads. But one big tip here, and I got this tip from someone in my Facebook group who also has a group, and he said, and I really agree with what he said. He said that watch adverts from other YouTubers that are Amazon FBA sellers, not necessarily KDP sellers, because the people on Amazon FBA, they have really a lot of experience in this, and they've been doing it for years, and they've got a proven track record that they're making money from Amazon ads. And I did learn a lot from that. So I'm going to leave a couple of links below the video to some of the YouTubers that I watched, and that really helped me up my game when it comes to ads. And it worked. I think I'm doing quite well with ads. I'll quickly hop onto my Amazon ads screen so you can see what I mean. That rhymed. So now we're on my Amazon ads screen. I spent £573. This is UK pounds sterling. And I'll tell you in a minute what that is in dollars. And my ACOS is 15.15%, which I'm really happy with. So these are the ads that I ran. And I think I've had a really good result considering this is my first month. The one bit of advice that I can tell you, and I really don't know what I'm doing with ads all that well. I'm still learning. I'm looking at my ads about twice a day at least. And when I see that an ACOS is getting very high, then I start to change either my daily spend, or in most cases what I change is the bid amount, and I make it a bit lower, and then I keep checking every day and I keep tweaking it. So I would suggest to you, don't ask me for advice because I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of very happy that it worked. But have a look at other Amazon FBA sellers that run ads and that teach about ads, and they're very good. This is my advice to you. Have a budget for your adverts, and as much as possible, keep the budget for Q4, because Q4, I think adverts are probably more expensive in this quarter than in any other quarter. It makes sense because there's a lot more competition. More people are going to be advertising now for Christmas, so it's a more expensive time for ads. In my case, it has worked really well, but I honestly couldn't tell you what the secret is, because I don't think there is a secret. I think it's about trying different things. I tried automatic campaigns first, and then when I had some data, I had a look at the data, I had a look at the keywords, and then I targeted products as well. That seems to be working very well for me. And I also targeted keywords manually. And then it's just a question of looking at your ads every day and analyzing how they're doing. After saying all of this, do I still think that it's possible to make money on KDP without ads? Yes, absolutely. I mean, when you think about it, when you look at my income, so let me just tell you what £573 are in dollars. So £573 sterling in dollars is 665. So if you go back to my earnings now, and I earned $5,108. So you take away the ad spend of $760 whatever dollars that was, it still leaves a pretty good amount in organic sales. The other thing is though that when you run adverts, I find that the organic sales also go up for some reason. And the other thing that I can tell you is that I only have 554 books live. So it's not a big amount compared to other people. I know other people have got thousands of books. So I made a relatively high amount of money for a relatively low amount of books, in my opinion. So don't let people tell you that you have to have a lot of books on Amazon to make money. That's not true. I honestly believe that the more books you make, the quality will suffer. So make your books really good. Don't let the quality suffer. My best-selling book, and I have to tell you that I made most of this money from just 4 books. So there were other books as well, but the chunk of my earnings are from 4 books, and they're all in the same niche. They're all the same type of book. And the other thing I can tell you about those books are they're in a high competition niche. So don't let people tell you that you can't be successful in a high competition niche. I had the idea for these books from a visit to a bookstore here in the UK. We love going to bookstores. I think I told you that before in one of my videos, because we love books. My husband and I really enjoy going through bookstores. And I saw this book that I really liked. I thought, what a good idea this book is. It's kind of a book that you give as a gift. And I thought, this is really nice. I would love to have a book like that. And I decided to make a book like that myself because they're not actually that difficult to make. And when I got home, I made the book. It took me about a week to put all the interior together. And then I put it online, and for about a month or 2, nothing happened. So don't let that discourage you when you put a book on and you have no sales to begin with. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time. And Then after about a month and a half or so, I started selling some of them, and it just snowballed from there. And then they started selling more and more and more. I didn't run any adverts at the time. It was just because people liked the book. So it pays to take time on your book. It is a good idea to make a book that you love making, that you enjoy, and that you would buy yourself. So that's one bit of advice I can give you. I do have other books that sell as well, and they were produced just by doing good old-fashioned niche research, and that works as well. So there are different ways of really creating a well-selling book, and I think if you create something that you really love, that is always the best way to do it. I really enjoy the process of making the books. That helps, obviously, and I enjoy books, and I love looking in bookstores, so maybe all of that helps a little bit to create something that other people like. So what else can I tell you? So I've got 554 books live, and I've got a mixture of books. I've got log books, gratitude journals, prompted journals. I've got, what else have I got? I've got planners. That's the other good thing. Yes, definitely I'm selling quite a few planners. So all of that, it's more or less what I've been teaching you in my videos anyway. If you've been watching my videos, then you know the kind of books that I produce, because they are exactly the type of books that I mention in my videos, the type of niches that I go into. So the other thing I want to show you is I sell most of my books in the UK market. So I'll quickly show you. So as you can see here on Amazon.com, I only sold $72 worth, which isn't a lot. And I think that has a lot to do with the Amazon.com market being a huge market, and also the delivery times were a little bit off. I don't know if that is the reason. I'm only guessing. I honestly couldn't tell you why that is. Maybe my books appeal to the UK market more. I don't know. But in the UK, I've sold $5,004 worth of books. So that is my main market. And maybe it could be because I do promote with social media, particularly Pinterest, and maybe the UK has been looking at my Pinterest pins more. I don't know. Again, it's very strange that I'm doing this much business in the UK and not in Amazon.com, but that's how it is. So I will keep investigating why that is, and I will try and find more reasons. And also my adverts were in the UK, so that could have another impact on it, but I have always sold more in the UK than in the US, and even before I was running ads, so that can't be the whole reason. I will continue to investigate why that is, and hopefully one day I'll come up with a reason why I sell more in the UK than in the US. I've had a few sales in other European countries like Amazon Germany and France and Spain, and that is because I sometimes translate my low content books into Spanish, German and French, and you know that obviously helps a little bit, but I don't think that these figures are that high that I would say that they make a big difference. So it helps. I love translating books and having them in different languages, because I used to be a translator many years ago. I don't find it a big difficulty in doing that. So I do that anyway with some of the books, especially the ones that are selling well. But as you can see, the English market, or the English speaking market, is the biggest for me, and especially the UK. If I summarize all of this, my adverts have worked. They have definitely increased my income. I don't think I would have made this much if I hadn't run ads, but I do believe that I would still have made a decent amount of income. I don't want to discourage you, and I don't want you to think that you have to run ads to have a good income. But I think what I have found out is that ads really help. So if you want to scale your business and create higher earnings, then I would say yes, ads do help. But I would also say at the same time, if you're just starting, don't run ads. Try and get some sales organically, especially with social media promotion, and do it that way first and get some sales behind you, and then run ads once you have the budget to run ads, because I didn't have the budget at the beginning. There's no way I could have spent $700 odd on adverts when I started. And this time I kind of had a budget, and I thought, okay, I've got this amount of money to spend on adverts, and if it eats up that money and if it spends that money, at least I get some data to analyze. And that's how I was looking at it. I was looking at it as money spent on data, or money for information, in return for information. So if you look at it that way, then it doesn't scare you so much. And after a while, I started to earn money. The ACOS was getting lower, and I started seeing that, yes, my ads were working. But you need to give it time. You need to have the budget. So my advice to you is, if you're starting right now, try and get your sales organically first without running ads. Do your social media advertising. Have a look at my video that talks about pinning on Pinterest, because that really helped me as well. And then run ads when you've got a budget to run your ads, and look at it as getting information in return for your money. And then if you start making sales, keep watching your ads every day and make adjustments to it. And when I thought of my budget, I was prepared to lose money. And that is the only way I kind of had the courage to do this, because otherwise I would have never run adverts, because at first you do see the money disappear very quickly for no results. And then slowly it starts working. And now at the end of the month, I can honestly say I'm very happy with this. The ACOS is fairly low. My books are actually priced really well. They're priced at about $9.99. So I've got a really good margin to run adverts. Those are for the books that I told you about, the ones that I'm selling quite a lot. Most of my sales are for those 4 books. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to tell you, I have got, let's have a look, 554 books, but I would say that I only sell about 20 to 30% of those books. So I've got a lot of books that never sell, and they're lovely books, they're beautiful books. I really, really like some of them, and they never sell. What does that tell us? It tells us that you have to be prepared for producing books that will never sell. So when you're making a book and you put it on Amazon and it's not selling, don't give up, because just keep producing more books and make them really good as well. Don't go for quantity over quality. Make sure they're good books. But what I'm saying is, don't worry if a book doesn't sell. Make another one, and that might have a chance of selling. And if that doesn't have a chance of selling, another book will. So I'm just saying, don't give up, because some of my books have never sold. I don't sell every one of my book. Like I said, I sell 20 to 30% of my books. The rest don't even sell. And sometimes a book can take a while to sell. I've just sold, actually, last month I've sold a book that had never sold before, and I started in November last year, and in 2019, and that book never sold, and suddenly I sold a copy of that book. So you just never know where those books can come up. So don't be surprised if a book that has never sold of yours suddenly starts selling. And the other one I quickly wanted to tell you is I use KDP Champ for my reports, and I really like using this because it gives you comparisons to last month. And actually, I'll quickly show you. So if I want to compare November to October, I can do that by clicking here. So now my first month is October, second month is November. So you can see how my sales have really improved in November. And I think that is due to two things. First of all, it's Q4. November is always good. And also because delivery times were better in November than they were in October for Amazon. This is a very strange year. 2020 is really not a typical year. And the other thing is also the adverts. They must have contributed as well. We know they've contributed as well to the higher earnings. So I really like KDP Champ, and I know there has been some controversy. Someone said on social media that we shouldn't use these reporting tools and that they are unsafe. Well, I've been using it for a while and it's absolutely fine, and all reporting tools are the same. If you are worried about the security aspect of reporting tools, they are all the same in the way they operate. So yes, someone somewhere has your data, but so has Amazon. Amazon has all your data. Amazon has everything. They even know what you had for lunch yesterday. So I don't worry about things like that. There is a risk to being online, whatever you're doing, but I trust the developer of this app. And I've had no problems with this. And some people were even saying that they can look at your books and copy them. Well, good luck to them. If I could make money by copying books on Amazon, that would be really good. You could basically go and have a look at Amazon's bestseller and copy it. It's not that easy. It really isn't. There is a risk being online, and it's not that easy to copy books. You can copy someone's cover, you can copy someone's interior. You can do that by looking on Amazon. Look at the bestseller, copy it. You can see the interior on the look inside feature most of the time. So I don't think that reporting tools are going to put you in any more danger than there is already, because anybody can see any books on Amazon, and if they wanted to copy them, they can just copy them. That's not something I worry about. If I worried about things like that, I would never do anything. So it doesn't matter which book reporting tool you use, whether that's KDP Champ or Get Book Report or Data Sprout or even Amazon's reporting tool. There are people working at Amazon that if they wanted to copy the best-selling books, I'm sure they can get all the data far more easily than any book reporting tool. So I don't worry about things like that, but it's up to you, obviously, whatever you feel comfortable with. Personally, I don't have a problem with it. This is my income report for November 2020 for KDP. And if this encourages you and inspires you, then I'm so happy, because I think this is a fantastic business to be in, especially if you are a creative type of person who loves to create things and who loves to design things and to think of new ideas, because it's such an easy thing to do. You can do this from your home, and all you need is an internet connection and a computer, a PC or a laptop, and a few tools that help you create those books. So if you compare this to any other business, this is so much easier, so much safer, so much more enjoyable as well. And obviously, like any business, there are no guarantees. When you are working for yourself, you never know what the next month will bring. But that is why it's also important to have different income streams from different sources. And this is why I try to also produce things for print on demand. I am working on my YouTube channel. I'm working on my blogs. So I try to have different incomes from different sources, which I will also tell you about when I'm a little bit more established with that. And I really want to encourage you to stick with KDP if you are having low sales, or if you're unsure about how to do things. I have been where you are. So if I have been where you are, you can be where I am now as well. So there is nothing to stop you from doing what I have been doing. Different things may work for different people. So, what's working for me may not work for you, but you will find what works for you. That's what I did. I just kept trying different things and then building on the things that started working. And that's my advice to you. If you haven't had any sales, keep bringing out books, but try and change what you're doing, because if you keep making the same type of books and you're not getting sales, then you have to change something and maybe produce different books, different niches, and keep watching either my videos or other people's videos who are very good as well and who teach you. And you know, you learn so much from people that have made it. And when I first started this business, I looked at YouTube videos, people making $3,000 a month, $5,000 a month, even more than that. And I thought, wow, how do they do that? Can I ever be like that and get that? And this month, I feel really, really happy because I kind of fulfilled my wish and my dream. This was my dream, to get to this point. So you can do this. If I can do this, you can do this. And if you've got any questions, put them below the video and I will try and do my best to answer. But also if you want to join my Facebook group, The Home Boss, the link is also below the video. Sometimes it's easier to ask questions there than it is here on YouTube, because there are more people that can see your question and more people can answer and tell you their experiences. So it's a really helpful group to join. So I recommend that you do that to learn more about KDP. And let's all have a really great December 2020, which really has been a very difficult year in so many ways. This shows that we can make it. This shows that we can actually produce something. It's taken me a year to get to this point. I started in November 2019 and it's now November 2020. It took me this long to get to my $5,000 per month goal. Now, I don't know what next month will be like. I don't know what January will be like, but I'm so happy that I reached my goal this November, which is exactly a year after I started. But it's a long time, a year when you think about it, but so many things have happened during this year and I have learned so many things. And I just want to encourage you to do the same. If you want to do it, you can do it. I never gave up. There were many times that I could have given up and I didn't give up. And that is what you need to do too. So let me know what you think. Let me know where you are in your journey on KDP. And I really appreciate every single one of you that's watching. Thank you very much. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.